Hey, Yins, guys, I'm with the cast and crew of To Battle right here in Pittsburgh, PA. And we're going to hear about their wonderful play and what's going on with battling and who's fighting and how to fight. And I might even try to fight, which is really cool. So we have Jose here, who is the creator, the writer, and tell me more of what you do, because you do like the choreography of all the battling too, right? Yeah.
Yep, I'm the fight director, fight choreographer. But actually, a lot of the people you see behind me have contributed a lot of choreography to this show. Something that's really special about this show, things that I've been doing throughout my career, I make fight theater or fight plays, them being plays where stage combat is really the emphasis. It's most of what you're going to see on stage, a lot like an action movie, but for theater, kind of. And the people you're going to see in the show, the people you see behind me, are really highly trained, what we call actor combatants. They've been training in stage combat for a really long time. So what's rare about this is sometimes in a play, you know, there might be a fight. It lasts for a minute or two, but there's maybe just the one fight. And a lot of times the actors are learning some of those stage combat techniques while they're on the job, sometimes for the very first time, or they've, you know, taken a class or two. The people you're going to see in this show are really a great representation of the stage combat community that's here in Pittsburgh. The people are dedicated, who are training often weekly with Tonya Lynn right behind me, is one of the fantastic certified teachers through the Society of American Fight Directors that we're really, really lucky to have here. A lot of even major cities do not have a certified teacher. And shout out for Tonya, who is teaching every single week, is the only teacher who is offering public stage combat classes that you can get certified. You'll actually walk away with a certificate that tells all professional theaters, professional theater makers, that you know what you're doing when it comes to different weapon disciplines. And a show like this is when you're going to see it put into practice. So again, I said in terms of choreography, while I'm the fight director, this show has been in process for 2-3 years now. 2 years ago, we did a workshop performance here at the Pittsburgh Public, up on the 3rd floor in the rehearsal hall. It was a one-night thing, but a lot of the crew here were involved in that, and through the workshop process over a few months, we were rehearsing a lot of choreography. We're, you know, I call it lab time, experimenting with a lot. And then through that, getting to collaborate with people who have such high level training is such a treat, and people just kept bringing in new choreography ideas. So, you know, now 2-3 years in the running, as we're rehearsing this one, we'll have these moments of like, Tonya, wasn't that your idea? Yeah. Like, oh, Mason, you did that 2 years ago. That was great. Remember that? So we're seeing all these funny remnants. And the world premiere happened down in Louisville a year ago, which Dara was involved in. Back there. So, and Darrin Mosley, another actor who has a lot of ties to Pittsburgh, just did his master's in Louisville. So there's this great To Battle family that seems to be happening over space and time in Pittsburgh.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Now, so I'm really intrigued. What is this whole thing about the play? Why are people fighting? I'm so scared, but I want to know. So can you, let's introduce, who are you?
Yeah, so I'm Shannon Knapp. I'm directing the play. So it's been a really great collaboration with Jose, because, you know, the director's job is to really make sure that we're telling the story of the play through the movement of the actors on stage, and then most importantly through the words of the play. So in doing that, we're working together where the fights fit into the scenes. So what's happening in this play is
Can't wait to.
right. So basically, we have a pair of friends played by Jose and Andy behind me, And Andy's character has made a decision where that in order to help pull Jose's character out of kind of a depressive episode, he's kind of been hiding away from the world. To pull him out of that, Andy's character takes a really strange step of hiring a quest giver, a think Dungeons and Dragons, think live action role playing person who is played by Tonya Lynn, who shows up unbeknownst to Jose's character, enters his place of work and attacks him.
So it's like one of those balloonograms, except it's somebody like coming and attacking instead.
Exactly.
Like, kind of like that. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
And
no
now,
balloons though, right? No. Okay.
balloons. I mean,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Wow.
There's fighting with a broom and a spatula and pizza pans.
Ooh.
And it turns out that Andy's character has hired this person to take them on a quest through town.
Yes.
And now, what's super interesting, we've been talking about how this play is really about a local community coming together to defend themselves from outside forces that are not helpful to the community. So there are lots of fights along the way. We gather other allies and friends, played by some of our characters back here, as we go along the play, all to culminate in a battle against these out-of-town business people who have come here and are taking the resources of this community and not giving anything back.
Ooh.
And so there's a big final battle against these people where the community comes together, and it's about neighbors helping neighbors.
Wow. So that idea of allies is very important, especially in these days with things that may be happening. I think this would be an incredible thing to direct. A sense of community as well, and you guys working as a team.
Yeah, for sure. It's also really interesting because this play is so funny. It's just full of jokes. A lot of times we have to stop rehearsal because we're making each other laugh so much.
That's fun.
But it also has so much heart,
Yeah.
right? The message behind it is, and it's not only about it's a full community coming together to help each other, but it's also about this really beautiful friendship,
Right.
and in particular this friendship between two men. I think that we found that to be really interesting too, and really showing a way that you can have this masculine friendship where you help each other through mental illness, through problems that arise in life, and a real love between these characters, and that extends out into the other characters of the play. So it's wonderful to get to direct something that has both these really emotional moments, these really hard moments to get through, but also is just so funny. And
Right.
We're avenging parakeets and things like that as well.
Going through this whole creative process, and then mixing the battle part with it. Can you tell me some of the weapons used? I mean, you said spatulas. What else do you got? You got pizza pans. What else?
Does someone back here want to go through a little bit of a list of things?
Oh gosh.
This row, go ahead.
Okay. We've got quarterstaff, single sword, sword and shield, broadsword, rapier dagger, broom.
Baseball bat.
Baseball bat. I do use baseball bat. Magazines, books.
Books. So many
Yes,
books.
so many books.
Water bottles.
Water bottles,
Yeah.
business cards, lanyards.
Uh-huh.
A lot.
Binders.
Yeah. Yeah. Knives. There's some
Other knives, yes.
Yeah.
Knife, yeah.
Where does it take place?
It does not take place anywhere specific. Something I wrote in the stage directions for setting was, I think the wording is a small town really anywhere in America.
Okay.
I thought a lot about where I grew up. When I wrote this, I thought a lot about friends who shared with me similar places that they grew up. The place that I'm from, sometimes it feels like there's not a lot of opportunities there, but it's still really special because it's just the place I came from, and there's only one place in the world that I came from, and it's there. And as I got older and I started getting more curious about things, I found that there were little bits of magic around every corner. And there's a line in the show, something about that there's magic in this country if you're looking for it. And that was something that struck me as I got older, and it's something I really wanted to invest in this play. It means something to me of, you don't have to go somewhere else for your day-to-day life to be really special.
You can
But if
find it right there.
yeah, go into the pizza shop, go into the laundromat. Someone special is there.
So that's like what you want the audience to bring home is where you're at is something someplace special maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, the neighbor who's living right next to you or across the street and you thought was a bad person, spend a little time. There's something there.
How long does it take to train for that? Like, I know that he said that you guys are like professionals and you've done this stuff before, but like, is it harder from somebody just at the very beginning to learn that, or do you need professionals doing it? Like training for something like this, how long did it take with professionals?
I'd love to throw this question over to Dara and Ryan, if you don't mind going through it. You both have had different stage combat journeys as well. Dara, if you'd mention what you're doing, other things in the show as well.
Yeah, so I started my stage combat journey decades ago, and I stepped away from it for a long time. I met Jose on another show and was like, oh my gosh, I forgot how much I love doing this. So I had a lot of catching up to do, but some of my old training was still in there. But we like Jose mentioned earlier, we did the world premiere of To Battle a year ago in Louisville, and I really wanted to use it as a vehicle to really build the stage combat community there. So we had a lot of people that had never had a weapon in their hands before. Fantastic actors who were dedicated to doing it and to learning it, but there is absolutely a learning curve. So it's a different process doing it this time with people that it's just inherently in their bodies. Yeah. Ryan.
I'm Ryan. I'm playing Blitz in this show. So my stage combat journey started a couple of months ago when I did about 3 workshops with Jose as part of my residency here at the Public. And I mean, it's hard to say like how easy it is to learn. I feel like in this process, it has been very, very easy because I feel like it's very easy to communicate with everybody. Everybody is very willing to, go at the pace that I need and, work things over. So I will say that they only let me use these magazines wrapped around pool noodles, and they won't give me any real weapons. So what's up with that? I do that. I do a lot of fun unarmed combat, which is really cool.
As Jose said earlier, I am a stage combat teacher. I've been working professionally in stage combat for about 25 years. So I teach. I also choreograph shows. I work at several of the universities teaching stage combat classes there. And yeah, it depends a little bit person to person on how long it takes to get this in your body and in your hands. But when you walk into a production to a show, just like anything else, it is way easier to put things together if you've already got some vocabulary coming in. And so that's one reason why I advocate so strongly for training, why I offer it so freely, because I feel not only is it a useful skill set to have when we need it in production, but it's great actor training. It's all about specificity and telling a story and being really engaged with physically pursuing an objective, things that are part of an actor's bread and butter. And we just do it with really, really cool props.
So you said that there's actually more to the cast than this. You've got how many people are in the cast?
16.
Okay.
Yeah.
And are these local Pittsburghers or some out of town, or how do you do that? How do you pick people?
It's everybody's local except for Dara. Sort.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Dara's here about half the time, and Darrin as well has mostly been down in Louisville, but is really up for this show, and then I think is going to stick around a little bit, which is great for our community. But yeah, most of the cast was like I've been talking about is the stage combat community. We call our fight family here in Pittsburgh. This happens here locally, but also nationally and sort of internationally. Is as you keep training, we go to a lot of like regional workshops. You just start meeting all the same people, and we all end up just knowing each other. So when it is just your own city, it's really easy to pick out and be like, pick up the phone. Are you available?
Like, yeah, you know the
Most
people
of these
who
people,
can wield or
yeah.
whatever.
So
Yeah.
Mason's been here in Pittsburgh and was in the workshop 2 years ago, but now is pursuing his master's degree in Texas. It was a year ago where I was like, Mason, will you come back next summer? Because I think we're gonna do my plan to do is to do battle. Can I please have you? And he's held it for a year. I thank you for that.
Of course.
So, I mean, as far as like you've got weapons too, but I didn't even think about it. Do you teach, or at least you guys practice falling and like tumbling and stuff like that?
Yeah, we got a whole set of mats back there.
Ooh.
And Mason slams me pretty hard a couple of times. So we do a couple of stunts. We have a choke lift in the show. A lot of falling to the ground, and a number of people again have come with that training and are able to just kick those things out. Andy could lift me right here with no preparation. We've done that many times. But then sometimes we also will like break things down because falling can actually be pretty dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. But if we teach you how to do it safely, then we make it look dangerous instead of actually dangerous.
If people are interested in getting involved in the local fight community, where do they look it up, and how do they do that?
So I offer classes under the umbrella of my company. It's called Eclectic Mayhem, and you can find it on my website, eclecticmayhem.com. And I will be starting a new round of classes in August, so Monday nights. Yeah.
It sounds like it's going to be a real hit. Did you guys like that? I know that's too much, but I wish you guys a break a leg. And can you tell us when the show is, where the show is, and how can we get tickets?
So To Battle is going to be playing August 1st through 4th and 8th through 10th. We're performing at the Richard E. Rauh Studio Theater, which is in the basement of the Cathedral of Learning on Pitt's campus. If you go to our website, bigstormpc.com, you can get a link to tickets there. Also follow us on social media, Instagram at BigStormPC. You can find us on Facebook as well. Again, easy to get tickets from those places. Hope you can come out and check it out. Bye. Goodbye. We can show you some little slam stunts that we have, a little bit of a forward pitch into some mats and a choke slam. We can show you a choke lift. We can get you fighting too. We can get you fighting with some long swords. Yeah,
yes.
we love teaching around here. Let's
Okay.
get you in a fight too.
Okay, good.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to teach you a little bit of a longsword fight. So we're going to have you learning Mason's side here.
Okay.
We're going to go nice and slow. Why don't you just show it for us? So Mason is going to, what you're going to do is attack Andy's leg. See him step forward into the attack. He's going to step forward again, attacking Andy's head. Andy's going to parry. Andy hits the sword away with his hilt, and we keep the dramatic tension between the two actor combatants. Let's get you in and see what happens. You'll see, that we're all wearing gloves when we work with these weapons. A, it helps for maintenance because some of the oils on our hands can start to rust the blades. Ooh. B, it's for our safety because some of these, while they are stage weapons, they were specifically made not to be sharp. They weren't sharp to begin with and dulled down. They were made to be on the stage. We are clanging them hard together. Sometimes they can get little burrs on them. and they could even cut your hand. We do a lot of maintenance on them to make sure that doesn't happen, but it's an extra precaution. So why don't we have you grab this blade? We've done maintenance on it, so you will not get cut by them. Just saying. So you'll start with your left foot forward, and you're going to step forward into the leg cut. Andy blocks. Going to step forward again, head cut. Andy blocks, and he's going to beat your sword away. And Andy's still ready to go. But that's as long as we have for the fight. Yeah. Good job. Good job, Ellen. Great work. Yeah, you got it for sword fight.
Here, take a picture with me. He's going to put you...
This is a bit of choreography from the show. Mason's going to choke slam me into these mats.
Oh, okay. I'm going to get out of the way. Here we go.
Just another day.
Okay. The question is how do you not get hurt?
We train a lot.
Yeah.
We train a lot, but then also we have tools of the trade like these mats that take a lot of impact. I'm actually wearing a bunch of padding right now.
Really?
Nothing on my torso for that slam, but a thing we learn about is where to fall.
Okay.
When we fall, we want to fall safely. A lot of times we're falling on major muscle groups. We want to avoid as much as we can our bones or other sensitive places. And we've also learned how to disperse the impact. So instead of like everything just on one side of my lungs, I learned to use a lot of my body and to let the impact spread through my body as I hit. So it isn't just one point that gets a lot of hurt.
Never thought about that.
Yeah,
Okay.
a lot of things happen really quickly to make it happen well. Yeah.
So do you have these pads on stage for the production?
Yeah. We have some, and they're becoming part of the set as well. So they become part of the world, but then we're going to be crashing through them. You're going to see people get walloped with huge mats. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, what was the other? A tumble or? Okay. So it's going to be a tumble. Here we go. This is going to be fun.
We're about to do a choke lift. Andy is going to choke me and lift me into the air at the same time.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. Here we
Yeah.
go. I'm getting out of this.